Vladimir Prop was a Russian Soviet who had put a theory together saying that there were 8 main character types in every folktale, which represented real people but as functions. So every plot had a hero, villain, a sidekick like a donor, a false hero, a dispatcher, a princess and her father, and a helper. There could also suggest to be a rogue hero, so they're lovable but they don't fit with the hero criteria. Theorist Todorov came up with the basic narrative theory in which all stories start at a state of equilibrium, and in which those stories have 5 stages. The first would be the state of equilibrium, the second would be a disruption by an action, the third would be the recognition on the issue, the fourth would be the attemption to repair the destruction, and the fifth would be the reinstatement of equilibrium. So he's suggesting that all stories have one equilibrium but end on another type. However, horror doesn't always apply to this theory. Aristotle came up with the theory that action is the most important, so the plot is the most important part of a story, a narrative. He said tragedy is representation not of men but of action and life, of happiness and unhappiness, and bound up with action. So this suggests that it's not necessarily the characters that drive a story forward, it's the actual plot. Came out of the binary opposition theory, saying that all narratives had to be driven by conflict that was caused by a series of opposing forces. So conflict between opposites drives the story forward itself. He stated that understanding of the word villain depends on understanding the word hero. The narrative can only end with conflict when conflict is resolved, so something has to win. So out of the good and bad, something has to win. So in horror, either the villain wins or the hero wins in order for the story to end.